I would like to see, I mean, listen, everybody's reacting emotionally to all this. I don't care. Everybody's there with their, oh my God. I was like, listen, yeah, okay. You have a ton of blog for this. What I find interesting as a conversation about this is it just the case of one guy who just been abusing the system and now the system is about to slap him? And we'll see if he ends up staying in jail for a certain time, or does he take a deal and stay in jail for, I don't know, 10 years, 7 years, sometime, or go on a private high security where they put these kind of people, like, you have luxury prisons, right? Or does he end up just at home? We'll see. It's gonna depend. Or does he have too much on other people and he ends up like Epstein? Who knows? To me, what I find interesting here is, and I want to go on a business tangent about this, is it possible that you have, because I did that before, right? Sometimes you wait for the right moment to do your action against the whole industry. It's something I did before, and you have to be on the right timing. Now, I don't know exactly what does Sean Combs have on whoever's in there. Now, is it possible? Listen, maybe I'm just, but let me throw it out there to say something different than what everybody has been saying already. Is it possible that there's somebody who's profiting or who is gonna profit on the fact that Diddy could go down with a whole pan of the American entertainment? I believe the American entertainment will protect itself. But, and I don't know who the prosecutor is, but this can go up to the mayor of New York. Is it possible that you have somebody that has been waiting in the sidelines so he can take over serious positions in all these multi-billion companies, and now is the time to use this moment, and the leverage is going to give you about everybody that is scared? Because listen, some people are stepping down, has nothing to do. Some people are stepping down because just listen, we are in the streaming era, and in the streaming era, a lot of people are just useless to these labels. They need new blood that understand how to work the artist game, right? But listen, this could have been Diddy being the weak link to the music industry, or one of the weak links to the music industry, because R. Kelly was different. Apparently he was not reading. I mean, listen, I don't even know how he was not making money from all the songs he did. I mean, he probably was doing, and he probably still is doing. Normally, he should get royalty checks for all the songs he has. But Diddy, that's another level. So depending on who is part of what they call the racketeering enterprise, because when you say racketeering enterprise, it's not just one person. It's one person and a whole enterprise of people. So who do they have in their crosshair? And à qui profite le crime? Who is interested in me? Listen, I believe that he had it coming. Okay, listen, from everything we've been hearing all the years, this was due. But I really believe that this would have never happened if he didn't piss off the guys of Diageo. Call them racist, etc., and saying he wanted more money. I believe that that's when his problems began, because you don't go 30 years like this doing the things you do and nobody's saying nothing, and all of a sudden somebody's saying something. It's like there's somebody that is green lighting, saying, all right, show him a lesson. But now this could just end to him, or can widen up to the industry. Because listen, you have to understand how when the feds or the DAs, when they do the charges, yeah, they make it sensational, right? They make it sensational for the public, because listen, it's a circus, it's the US. So they say this and this and this and this, and sometimes they don't have, they make you believe that they have everything and that, it's going down. And then listen, if you see the case of T.I. and Tiny, for example, they were saying the same things. It was the same thing. Minors, things, sex orgies, etc., etc. And in the end, nothing happened. Because, yeah, probably they had enough, they knew how to defend themselves. They had probably messages with the people. Who knows? Listen, I don't know. I was not there. But the fact that somebody is indicted doesn't mean that he's going to end up guilty. Maybe, listen, if he has good lawyers, money, they might find the right weak link in the accusations, and he goes free. It's completely possible. Now, or maybe somebody, a specific person that could change the course of the thing, change their mind, and all of a sudden they don't want to testify anymore. Happens all the time. So, to me, what I'm interested in now, as I look at the music industry in the US, because listen, as I was saying, orgies, groupies, drugs, it's not gonna stop. So they're talking to us about this as if it's something new. No, listen, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Hugh Hefner, like politicians, normal people. Listen, this is a country full of contradictions, drug addicts. You have a church on the other side, you have a strip club. And in the strip clubs, you have champagne rooms. So there's nothing new going on here. Now, the question is it possible? Listen, I'm not saying, I'm just throwing some theories here to go to the business side of things. Is when you have somebody that was making 60 million a year with the guys of Diageo and a catalog that is probably generating, I don't know, 200 million every year from all the songs, the publishing, the shows. Like, it's not nothing, right? And all the businesses and stuff. Like, if you remove that person, how is it interesting for somebody? And that is what is very interesting to me. Like, are these the same people who wanted to teach him a lesson that are saying, oh, listen, let's get in? Or is it somebody else that is on the side in the dark? Or Jay-Z? I don't know. Listen, I'm throwing this there, but it is possible that, or 50 Cent, like somebody that is now moving their pawns in the business and seeing that, yeah, listen, the space he's gonna leave, and all these executives that were around him, the people that worked with him, all these people that you are hearing their names, all the people that are gonna get splashed by this whole thing. Is it possible that somebody is like, listen, it's time to make our move? And listen, when you are on your knees and you have to pay when you are on your knees, right? And you need to pay, because in these type of things, who makes money is the lawyers, right? A lot of the victims, like Cassie, for example, they are attacking on the civil part. The civil part is, we want money for what you did to us. Because you cannot go to jail because of all these things, because it's been, the statute of limitation has been too long. So it's more like, hey, listen, I want to get paid. It's the US. Don't look at it in the way we look at it in Europe. In the US, yeah, listen, you did this to me, I want money. I have a friend, she got in an accident and she's gonna get $1 million because she was in the street on the walking, light was red, and somebody just ran on her and she had to go through operations, etc. And now, yeah, she's gonna get paid. It's the US, that's how it works. So now, with this, what is happening right now, listen, it could just be une affaire de mœurs normale. Yeah, listen, it could just be, yo, listen, you've been doing this, that. We have enough evidence from that lawsuit with your ex-girlfriend. Now we have enough to get you. It could just be that. But listen, back in the days, I was about to make my move on somebody, and then I got a call from somebody, and then somebody called me and told me, hey, if you want to make your move, it's now, because the guy's on his knees. And I made my move 24 hours later. And the guy had no choice. I'm not going to go in details, but so, of course, I had to think about that, because I remember that when I was in this position, I made my move. And listen, I was on my right. I was not doing something hostile, but sometimes it's the right moment. See what I mean? Like if you want to buy Twitter, like Elon Musk, when you have everybody believe the company is great, it's gonna cost you 100 million or $1 billion. Now, if you want to say that, it's full of bots and there's a lot of problem, etc., the price can drop. So that's what Elon did. So that's where the business part is interesting to me. Who can benefit of Diddy because of being a sex addict, a drug addict, a despicable individual behind the scene? Because listen, I'm gonna say it again. He's also somebody who revolutionized the black music. He's the mogul. He also did great things as a creative and an executive. We're not gonna take it away from him, because listen, if we can separate art from the person with Roman Polanski or Woody Allen, we can do it with Diddy, right? So it is still this part where him going away and this splashing on some people, some companies might want to defend themselves and to protect themselves and their reputation and just tell people, hey, listen, you're going to have to move, especially in today's world that is everybody's sensitive. That's the moment when somebody that is either in the dark or on the side or just there might be like, yo, listen, hey bro, it's gonna cost you 100 million in lawyer fees. You're a billionaire, but you are not a billionaire in cash. None of these people are billionaires in cash. Maybe they have 100 or 200 million. Maybe they only have 50 million in cash. Everything else is in value. Because the way you tell the net worth of somebody, you have to count what they have. So listen, I have this hard drive. This hard drive contains all 4 albums of Eliseo and Sumia, for example, and they are worth X. Let's say they generate X per month. Let's say we can value them at, 100,000 euros, right? Now, I have 100,000 euros. My house is worth X. You add this to the mix. My catalog generates X, so it's worth X if I had to sell it. So then you can say the net worth is X amount because of what you own. So if you own, for example, like Elon, it's the value of Twitter, the value of Tesla, SpaceX, etc. This is what is his value as a trillionaire or like hundreds of billions, right? But in the bank account, maybe there's only 10 million because everything else is invested. So now if you need to pay your lawyers 100 million, you're gonna have to sell a house, or you're gonna have to sell shares of one of your properties. So as you see, he already sold Revolt. He sold Revolt because not only it was kind of hard for people who are advocating for women and rights and LGBT rights, etc., having somebody that is a predator at the helm, right? But also maybe he needed some cash. So if you need cash and Revolt is worth, 400 million, but you need cash now because bail, because this, because that, somebody might come to you and say, yo, I'm buying this 200 million. It's worth 400. You need cash, so you're gonna have to sell it to me for 200 million. If you find somebody willing to buy it for you for 400 million, well, cool. But so some people might be interested in eating his empire as he needs cash to pay for all his shenanigans and all the trouble he put himself in by being a narcissist, by being a drug addict, by being a sex predator. And listen, again, having a big sex appetite and paying people, going to prostitute or orgies, and so there's nothing wrong in it. Everybody do what they do. Listen, like there's a bunch of people who are not better than that. The problem is when you start doing it criminally, when you start preventing people from living and drugging people into doing it. That's the problem. Now, that's what they're going to have to prove. But now that you have the federal government after you, you're gonna need a lot of money to pay for your lawyers, the best lawyers, the whatever you have to do, or maybe pay some key people to not show up in court, or to just say, "Oh, listen, I don't want to be part of it." Now, that's the moment where some people might be like, "Yep, this is the moment we buy his shit. Yeah, I want these things. I want this. I want this. I want this." And listen, I'm not gonna say that there's a reason for all this, but yeah, listen, have a little bit of think a little bit in the bigger picture, and you might be like, yeah, that guy is cooked, and that's the moment where a lot of people might go down with him, unless there's somebody very, very powerful that is part of the tapes or part of the whole thing, and that could go down with it, and that this person makes a phone call and boom, just like Hunter Biden, it all goes away and you just have to pay a fine, because he was also accused of racketeering and all that stuff, right? So we'll see, but ça ne sent pas bon, ça ne sent pas bon.